game question mark? Do I have a question mark? Here we go. Here we go. It's a best of 3, but what's the score? We don't know. We don't know. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Ghost River, it is Talon's Dark. One of the top-seeded players in today's bracket, and the favorite. But he's got a tough competitor here. In the upper right-hand corner, we've got Estrella. These guys always give us a really good match. Estrella, I feel like, did take Dark down pretty recently in one of these. I could be misremembering, but I feel like there was a fairly recent one that Estrella took down Dark. And they always have wild matches. Yeah, so if you're wondering why the score is blank, it's because we asked. We did. We asked what the score was. And Estrella just said it's a mystery. That's it. He said it's a mystery, and on we go. Now the game has started. I do, because they've been playing for a while, I don't know. The game they just got out of was 20 minutes, so it could be game 2. I have a feeling it's game 3. But we really don't know. I don't know who won the first game. It's a mystery. What if game 1 could have been a draw? Oh my God, Maples. You're so smart. Game 1 could have been a draw. We don't know. This could be game 1. Oh my God. Well, it's Ghost River. Estrella already forced Dark to take this base instead of the normal natural, which I feel like is more painful on Ghost River than it is on a lot of other maps. I don't know. Ghost River, it's an interesting one, and I feel like it can be tough for the Zerg if you're forced to take this base. Maybe I'm wrong, but something about the fact that you are forced into a specific base pattern on this map already, and then not being able to take your natural, always annoying, but extra annoying in this situation. But it looks like it's just going to be a Stargate opener here for Estrella, so nothing too crazy. He's not going to get hyper aggressive or anything. See if he can take advantage of the positioning here. I guess the one nice thing for Dark is that if he has like 2 queens here, they can cover the main and the third really well. Uh-oh. Light has left the game. He didn't like the mystery. He didn't like the mystery. Oh my God, it's a Void Ray opener. Okay. The Void Ray opener can mean a number of things. Now, I'm guessing it's not going to mean anything. I feel like this is just going to be Void Ray into Oracle. Things are going to look fairly normal. But we've seen a lot more Tempest play recently. I don't know, like maybe this is going to be Void Ray into Tempests. Or Void Ray into something else cheeky. Something even cheekier than Tempests. Just have to keep an eye out. The Void Ray misses the Overlord. It looks like it will be able to find... Oh, no. Hold on. Spoke too soon. Gonna worry about these Lings first. But it is just an Oracle follow-up for now. Dark has not built any... Oh, my God. Oh, his drone got blocked. Oh, no, dude. Okay. It's Dark. He's good. He's good. He figured it out. That's painful. You put down the Spore Crawler. You know you hit those buttons. And then you look back and there's just a drone sitting where the Spore Crawler is supposed to be. Ugh, painful. It is a Twilight Council. 2 more gates going down. Actually, no Forge here. This could just be, Glaives. Could be a Glaives build for Estrella. Dark starts up the lair, and he shows Estrella the lair. He builds the lair in the natural. So Estrella 100% knows that this lair is here. Interesting choice for Dark. He's going to run across the map with these Lings. This Adept somehow gets away. But no, it is Blink. Very standard play here from Estrella. Keep an eye on how many gateways he ends up going with. And yeah, he's got the Forge coming down now, so not going to ultra commit to this or something crazy like that. But Dark Slayer is about to finish. His own Evo Chamber is on the way as well. But it looks like Roaches versus Blink Stalkers is the name of the game here. Both of these players, I hesitate to ever call what they're going to do. I might make inferences, but I try not to be too confident in my ability to read the game when I'm watching either of these players, because they're both kind of insane sometimes in very different ways. Like Estrella will bust out a build that I just absolutely do not think is feasible and make it work. Dark, he's just kind of a madman. He'll just like hit some buttons and I'm like, what's he doing? And then all of a sudden he's just maxed out and he's ready to fight and he just wins. I don't really understand it sometimes. I feel like I understand this game very well, but sometimes Dark makes me feel like I don't understand this game. And Estrella is another player that sometimes I'm like, this shouldn't work, right? And then it does. And it feels like, am I dumb or is Estrella that smart? I think the answer is Estrella is that smart. I may also be dumb. These both things can be true, but I'll give the credit to Estrella. This, though, is looking like a very standard game for the time being. Dark is headed into Roachling Bane. He's got +1 missile attacks on the way. We've got Storm coming up behind this for Estrella. Charge is not done yet, so these Zealots are just kind of chilling here, but they're fighting Lings mostly, so that's kind of okay. Just going to have a tough time running away. It's a lot of Roaches out of Dark, and he wants to get on top of some of these Blink Stalkers. Great positioning right now for Estrella. Is going to kill a lot of these Lings off. He does have a shield battery to fall back to, so the Roaches don't want to commit in. But with more Lings behind this and a lot of Roaches, actually, Dark on 70 drones, he is just committing to army right now instead of saturating this fourth base. Estrella's got to be a bit careful here. He does not have Storm just yet. Charge is still not done. He's got these High Templars sitting back here, but Dark, it looks like he wants to hit at this beautiful timing. More Stalkers warp in. A super shield battery turns on to try to buy some time. Can Storm finish? It looks like the answer is no. 2 High Templar go down. The other 2 going to morph into an Archon to help buy some time. And Immortal is on the way out, but it is not here just yet. Oracle going to help out. Where is the Void Ray? There's the Void Ray. I feel like that needed to be here this whole time. Now, finally, the Roaches will get pushed back. They turn around for a second to fight, but they cannot stick around with this much DPS on Estrella's side of things. But Dark has so much army behind this. Even as he gets pushed away, look at this army coming out here. He is up 66 supply right now. If I do my math correctly, I think that was right, actually, shockingly. The Queens are going to push this Void Ray back. And no Storm behind us. Like, Storm's done now, but these High Templar haven't been able to sit here and gather up that energy. And now these Roaches are just going to keep pushing in. The Robo is dead, so no Immortals coming out to help save the day. Not even a Warp Prism here for extra juggling. There's Ravagers out now. Super Shield Battery turns on, but it gets targeted down by the Roaches. And Estrella, he's just down so far in supply right now. The Storm hits, but just one Storm. It's just not going to be enough here. This Void Ray doing its best. It's on 11 kills. Bunch more Stalkers warping on the low ground here at this fourth base. And they've got a Shield Battery to blink back to as well. I just feel like the reinforcements for Dark might be too much. The supply is closing quite a bit, though. Hold the phone here. Estrella blinking back to his cannon reinforcements. The shield battery out of juice, but helping out a lot. Stalkers come up from the low ground now. Estrella is doing a masterful job at this. Look at the army supply gap closing so much. He's got more Stalkers warped in here that need to be part of the fight. This Void Ray sitting on 15 kills. There's no Ravagers left. Some Zealots warp in to help against the Lings, and Dark gets pushed away? What? Estrella was down 65, almost like 70 army supply. And now it's even army supply. Estrella's built probes during this, so even though he lost 13, he's up 10. It's 4 bases to 4. Dark puts down a 5th, but it's very far away from being done. He's got no tech follow-up right now. There's no Hive. Got +2 melee on the way. He could build Banelings. That's probably the best thing. And as I say that, he's got Banes rolling in. Oh my god, the Stalker's got to kill this guy. It looks like most of this will get saved. However, the Banes getting into the natural will not be killed by anything. They're just going to run up into those probes, blow them up. 13 probes going down. That was very expensive, though, and not getting on top of these probes is pretty huge. The High Templar stayed alive as well, so they'll continue gathering energy. Dark does have a lot of creep spread, but he is stuck on this Ling Bane Roach army. And Estrella, I mean, he's gonna have the better army just by virtue of having Storm. Oh my god, these Banelings! Ah! All right, he's good. He's good. I would love to see him re-put down. Oh, okay, there's the double robo. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. Immortals here are going to be fantastic against what Dark has. If he can get out like 6 Immortals or something, Dark's just not going to have an answer for that. The Zealot run-by is going to get caught by the Roach run-by that was being set up. These rocks have been broken down here, so Dark has some avenues for run-bys. I like that the Zealots just, they do it. They just run by the Roaches. This is forcing more of a response out of Dark. Dark is nearly maxed. His army supply is up quite high once again. But I don't hate this for Estrella. The Zealot's trying to hold the door here. The Void Ray's got to turn on Prismatic Alignment and try to target down some Roaches. That was a good backup to stay out of that Stasis Ward, but Zealot's warping in. Stalker's blinking forward. This is going to be a nice hold for Estrella. Really not taking much damage at all. Same time, though, Dark going to try to push into this base. This is so heavily cannoned up, though. The Banelings are going to need to kill those cannons or the Biles, but I don't see any Ravagers here. And with Estrella's army moving into position, oh, he's got to be so careful. Oh, he's got to be so careful. All right, he's going to storm those Banelings. And Dark's trying to hit multiple locations. He's trying to send the Queens after these Void Rays. That creep spread is right on Estrella's door. Few Stalkers getting taken out here, going the wrong direction as Dark is hitting in multiple locations. Now this 4th base in some trouble. These cannons are holding on for so long, though, that Estrella, he's going to be able to deal with this army. Big links around here, but with 3 Archons and a lot of Zealot Storms going down on everything. Stalkers and High Templar are holding the fort here. I mean, Dark's going to break through this part of the army, but it's not super pretty. He loses a lot for it. I think he lost most of those Queens as well. I don't know where they went off to. Yeah, it looks like 6 Queens went down in that fight. He is getting in here a little bit, getting on top of some of this. I think a lot of the High Templar have died. But, I don't know, Estrella's still holding on for now, and Dark still kind of stuck on this army. He does not have a hive. This is Dark, man. Like, he is not playing like Dark right now. This is not what I expect to see from him, but I think he got stuck in such a position where he has to just keep building these low-tech units and trying to keep Estrella's army supply down, keep his Immortal count down, his unit count down, and now some Ravagers coming in to join up with this. The Storms landed, but the High Templar are pretty much all dead at this point, as are the Immortals. Now, there's no Queens here, so the Void Rays will come back in. This Void Ray has 31 kills. This one's only at 6. Yeah, this one's doing the heavy lifting right now. But again, the cannon's holding on for the time being. Estrella spending all of his money just to warp in as much as he possibly can. Double Immortal production. Trying to clear some of that creep and push it back, but there's some Spore Crawlers coming forward now as well. Oh, and the Biles land. They hit the high kill Void Ray. And it feels like Dark might finally be able to push through. He's 60 supply up right now once again. His army supply is just huge. Oh, some Banelings coming down, going to try to get on top of these High Templar. They will not succeed. Storms are going to be available here fairly soon. This Roach Ravager Ball is a little bit wounded, but the base goes down. The High Templar getting jumped on. The Storm's going to do a lot of damage to the Roaches in the meantime, but the Immortals falling as well. Biles taking down the Archons, and Estrella is left down a base, down 9 probes, and down 30 army supply once again. Oh, and I don't know if these Zealots and Immortals can handle this. More High Templar get warped in, but they just need to turn into Archons. They do not have time for Storm. They don't have time for anything as Dark closes the game out despite Estrella holding on so incredibly well for so long. Dark finally breaks through, doesn't tech up, doesn't do any of the things I expect to see Dark do. And it looks like, do we have another game? Oh my god, we have another game. I guess Estrella won game 1, and that was just game 2. It's 1-0 now, right? No, it has to be 1-1. It has to be 1-1. Or it was a draw. I'm guessing 1-1. So Zound defeated Nightmare, and he just 2-0'd Hero. Dude, Zound is back. And now he's going to play against Shin. So his PvP is quite good, clearly. Excellent. Some of the best in the world PvP already. We'll see how his PvZ is feeling. Zound, honestly, when he went to military, I feel like he was at the height of his skill. So if he's able to come back and just still be there, he's going to be a force to reckon with. A force to be reckoned with, I should say. All right, so I believe we have our score here. We missed a banger of a game 1. But game 2 is a banger, and let's hope for game 3. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the blue Zerg player for Talon Esports. It is Dark. And his opponent in the lower right-hand corner, it is Estrella. Reminder for everybody, we do have a match arena for this event. So if you want to help support the KSL, please consider supporting the match arena, or at least clicking the claim code button and adding 25 cents into the prize pool. If you really want to support the KSL, our Patreon it's hurting right now. It's hurting right now. There's never been a better time to join the KSL Patreon. Help keep us going as long as possible. Keep these bi-weeklies going. We don't have the ESL weeklies at the moment to help out the scene, and I know that there's been a couple tournaments to help replace those. Obviously, KSL has been around for a while, but we're kind of in that helping to replace the EPT Cup gap. We're only bi-weekly, but we're doing our best over here to help support StarCraft. Any support for the KSL is greatly appreciated. And the winner of this plays Trap. So Trap is sitting in the semis. Dude, Trap and Zound, both in the semis, are two most recent returns from the military. Zound, though, I mean, that was like last week. Actually, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago. I think it was like a day or two after the last KSL. I feel like I saw his announcement that he was back. I was like, damn, we just missed him. But already coming in here and getting into the semifinals over Nightmare and Hero. I'm not going to lie, dude. When I saw him up against Nightmare, I was like, there's no chance. Like, Nightmare, he can beat everybody else at PvP. His PvP is so good. Like, Max Pax's is the only one I would say is consistently better. I guess Hero, like, technically has a better rating, but I don't know. I feel like Nightmare versus Hero, I kind of favor Nightmare. So when I saw Zound was up against him round one, I was like, that's too bad. That's an unfortunate first matchup for him. But he just won. That's kind of insane. That's so sick. And then beats Hero 2-0. Dude, if Zound gets to the finals, that would be insane. All right, so Estrella opening up just Oracle this time. No Void Rays here. This Oracle is forced to push away those Lings, so can't go harass just yet. Oh, he's gonna build a single Phoenix to deal with this Overlord. Or are we gonna see mass Phoenix against Zerg? You guys remember when Protoss players played Phoenix against Zerg? I miss those days. Phoenix against Zerg was so fun. I really enjoyed playing that. It was one of my favorite things to do, even though I don't think I like ever won with it. Just flying around with like 12 Phoenixes, picking up Hydras as they popped out, killing Overlords immediately, picking up Queens and drones. Oh, so much fun. And then the Zerg would have like 8 Hydras and you just lose. It's great. Maybe that was just me because I couldn't macro behind it, but I enjoyed it. All right, so with the Twilight Council and Forge here, feels like it might just be Blink Stalkers again. I mean, we could see a charge opener. We got the Robo coming up behind this as well, so. Come on, Estrella. What are we doing here, bud? I don't trust myself. This is what I'm talking about. Any other player, I would have just been like, yeah, it's Blink. Been very confident. But because it's Estrella, like, he hasn't even built anything yet. Crazy. He's crazy. And it is going to be charge, okay? I'd have put it at 70-30. That was going to be Blink over charge. Estrella always making me second guess myself. At least Dark is doing the normal thing and going for immediate Hydras? Question mark? He is going to put down a Roach Warren as well. Is Dark... He's just doing a Mio Micah build here. Lings into Hydras. Oh, I like this wall for Estrella. This is something I don't see a lot of the like really high-level Protosses do. And I don't know, I feel like I would love to see more of them do it. It's just run-bys have been so difficult to deal with, especially from, you know, the highest level Zerg players, right? Like dealing with their run-bys is so difficult. Estrella did a great job of it last game. But just little stuff like this can help so much. If Lings try to sneak in this way, they're just going to have to run further around. It gives more time for your reactions to hit. And if something like Banelings try to come in, a cannon behind this wall, it's just like virtually impenetrable. Not great against Ravagers, and it's not great against Hydras, but I like that Estrella is doing that. I don't think he has a read on this just yet. Oh, no, I lied. I fully lied to you just then. He fully has a read on it. So he has seen everything. He knows it's Roach Hydra coming out of Dark. It's very interesting. I don't feel like we've seen a ton of Roach Hydra. Hydras did, of course, get what I will call a recent buff. What everybody in StarCraft knows that means, which is within the last year and a half. Hydras got buffed. It was a while ago. So they work a lot better with Roaches. Because when they both have speed, I think they're around the same speed off creep now, whereas Hydras used to be way slower. But it's really interesting. I kind of assume that Dark is going to be heading into Lurkers off the back of this, but without an Infestation Pit yet, we're a ways away from Lurkers really being too much of a danger. So Estrella's just got to deal with Roach Hydra, and he's got the perfect kind of army coming out for it right now, which is going to be like Zealot, Storm, and Immortal. Like Charge Lot Archon Immortal, but with a lot more High Templar mixed in. And I like, that's just going to be perfect. Right? It's just such a good army against this. And Dark is hitting right now, but he does have armies on both sides. Estrella did not go for a fourth. Oh, the Ling's getting in here. So annoying. No static defense in the main base. A few Zealots will warp in, should deal with it. Estrella not building a fourth here is actually working out really well for him, because Dark just put everything into this attack. His Infestation Pit goes down with the Lurker Den right now, as he is going to attack in here anyways. He's got so much army. I don't know if Estrella's got enough to deal with this. He's bringing the Zealots from the main back out. He's storming the top side. He needs to hit some storms down here. Yeah, that's a beautiful storm. He does have a stasis ward in case those roaches get a little too antsy to get in here. But I feel like Estrella's got enough to hold this. Super shield battery turned on is helping keeping everything juiced up for a little bit longer. There's more storms available, so the roaches and hydras don't want to stay and fight too long, and Estrella's going to push Dark away. Dark is resupplying mostly on Zerglings right now because he is expecting this fourth base to go down, and yeah, Estrella is going to oblige him and put that fourth down. And I assume Dark is going to try to attack back in fairly soon. His Lurker Den is done, so he could get into some Lurkers. Got a little bit of supply available, so he could morph a few if he wanted to just make this a little more difficult to deal with. Zealots warming in on the other side of the map to go for a run-by into this fourth base. As Dark is attacking in, and he's attacking into multiple locations, as you'd expect from Dark. Gonna try to catch this army out here. There's so many High Templar. They're so vulnerable right now. As the Lings and Roaches come in, the Hydra's joining a little bit later, but there's still a lot of storms available to deal with them. And Estrella holds on once again. Now the Zealots diving in here, but there is a Spine Crawler and a few Hydras with these Queens to help out. Should be enough, but Zealots on the fifth base as well, and it looks like Dark is gonna lose that fifth base, which is really, really nice. Oracle dives in as well. I don't know if it got any damage done, but it does go in there. Honestly, these Zealots, they trade pretty well against Hydras too. Like, that right there was just a good trade for the Zealots. And Estrella doesn't have that fourth, so he does need good trades. Oh my god, he's going to find more Hydras out here, just out in the middle of nowhere. He's got the Warp Prism heading towards the main base. It avoids the Hydras, which get pulled out of the main, as Dark seems to be panicking a little bit. He's got Lurker upgrades on the way, but he doesn't have any Lurkers morphing just yet. He's really out of money right now. He has so little money. He's been mining a little bit more than Estrella this whole time, but he has traded quite a bit worse. I have no Lurkers here, though. I don't know. Oh my god, this army of Estrella is terrifyingly bare. It's so many Immortals just surrounding these High Templar. They don't have any Archons or Zealots, though. I feel like they need some Archons and Zealots. Oh, Dark gonna run in this way. Zealots getting found here. They're gonna pull back home as Estrella is trying to take this fourth base, but doesn't have any static defense at it just yet, and his army is not quite here yet. High Templar auto attack, killing those changelings. Dark's army dives in here. Looks like Estrella will hold on to this base for now. But as I say that, a bunch of Lurkers start morphing. Looks like we have 7 Lurkers morphing here. Zealots in the main base. There's actually quite a few Roaches and Queens. And yeah, Estrella's just going to pick 4 of them up and get out of there. He does have a run-by being attempted over on this side. There's Lurkers over here. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a bunch of Lurkers. I was like, are these the same Lurkers? No, those are the defensive Lurkers. There's the offensive Lurkers on the other side of the map. Dark loves to build 1,000,000 Lurkers. Feedbacks on all the Queens, so there can be no healing here. As Estrella is counterattacking, and oh my god, we have a base trade right now. Is Estrella going to recall? The Lurkers are hitting. Zealots diving in, but they're getting minced up by the Lurkers. Oh no, Estrella losing so much already in this fight. He recalls to the low ground, but he doesn't have vision up here. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. He does. He does have vision up here. Doesn't have a lot of High Templar left, but he's chewing up these Lurkers, except this one. This one has not been tagged. Oh, and these last couple of Lurkers doing so well, finishing up these Immortals. And Estrella, he's down to 79 supply. GG gets called as Dark wins in the